guys, so we have a new paper collection out from Stamps by Me Limited. This one joins the last two that were released. It's all about you. So you get this gorgeous yellow ochre tones in this collection. 12 by 12 and 8 by 8 papers with coordinating stamps and dies. You get 12 designs, 40 pages of patterns, and then 8 pages of toppers embellishments. So I'm going to take you through the pages first. So I've taken one out of the pad of each one so you can see. So I'm hoping there's not too much glare on the camera and you can see how vibrant these papers are. So this is the first page in the book. So you've got these beautiful flowers, lots of greenery, great for fussy cutting, for matting and layering, using on your mini albums. And then you've got these beautiful red tones on the second page. More muted colours on this one. And then in the background you can see there's flowers and leaves. It's very beautiful. And the kingfisher is back on this page. So you can see the designs are the same as the pink collection and the blue collection, just different colourways. So you've got this lovely like watercolour mottled effect on this one with the script. Bring that a bit closer, you can see. So you can see all this lovely effect here. Then you've got this really gorgeous stencil effect again with like a little bit of terracotta and your oranges and a very, very like pale lime green. And then you have the beautiful large flower. You might have seen me on Creating Craft where I made a card with this just by fussy cutting out this flower and adding a bit more depth with Gossip markers. Wood panel. Everybody loves some wood grain. So gorgeous in the reds, the large flowers again. So here you've got your grey wood grain. So here is one of the topper sheets. So you can see here you've got borders, postcards, tags, lots of different elements. And then you get a full sheet of tags. I'm a bit addicted to tags. I love tags in all my makes. So they're the papers. So again, they come with coordinating stamps. So I'll show you those. A bit of white card. I can put that behind there for you. So in this one, you have the large flower that is throughout the pad, with some beautiful leaves, and then you've got lots of sentiment stamps in here for you. You're the best, smile, have a lovely day, congratulations, you made my day, thanks for being you. And again, they come with the coordinating leaf die and the coordinating flower die, and they're really, really easy to line up. So what I thought I'd do is I'll make a quick card with you today. But before I do that, I just want to show you, whenever I get a new collection through, what I do is I spend an hour just stamping and die cutting, ready for all the makes I'm going to make. So just an idea for you, when you get a new collection through the door, just spend an hour stamping and die cutting, and then whenever you want to make a card, it's there ready for you. You haven't got to mess about really quickly. I've got 10 minutes to make a card, it's already there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Create a Card dies that Tony brought out before Christmas to make this card. So I've got a piece of card here that I'm going to cut the largest die. So I'm just going to hook that, because I'm going to make my card base out of this. I'm just going to hook that over the end there. And I'm going to pop that through my die cutting machine. So I'm using a Gemini. So you need a large format die cutting machine for this particular die. So I'm just going to run that through there. So these will go with the large flower dies and stamps that we had in January, the pink and blue collection. So this cardstock is 240, so I've doubled that over, so that's quite thick, and you can see that's cut through perfect. Let me just open that up so you can see that's cut through there perfect. So what I want to do now is cut another one of those to go on top, because I don't like just leaving that flat like that. So I'm just going to cut that again, but I'm going to use the whole die this time. So I'm just going to pop that on there like so. So I haven't prepped anything, only I've done a little bit of colouring, but I'm going to take you through the whole card. So if you have these dies, or if you have any of the Create a Card dies, you can create something similar alongside me when you have half an hour. So that's gone through. So I'll just put my Gemini mats to one side. Put that one to one side as well. Oh, it's all falling here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit of tape just across the top there. Use my poker tool to take that off. And I need to make sure that's okay. Make sure the edges line up together. So I'm going to use glue. So I'm going to put it on the base here. And I'm not going to go right to the edge because the glue will spread now. There we go. So making sure I line that up now with before I stick the tape bit down. There we go. That's perfect. So that's my card base. So I'm going to use the die the next size down to cut my first layer. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this bright one for this layer, because it's going to be in the background and I'll be bringing different pieces on top which are a bit lighter. So I'm just going to cut my paper down so it fits the die. And then the bits I've cut off we'll use on another card another day. So what I tend to do with those is put them in a poly pocket so I don't lose them, and then I pop them in with the rest of the collection so they're ready to go. So I'm just going to bring my plates back in. Just pop that down there. If you're not confident with die cutting, just add a little bit of low tack tape to that just to hold it in place. But I think most people now are pretty good on the die cutting. So just run that through. And we're going to have 3 layers, so I'm not going to use the next layer down, the next size down. I'm going to go to the one next to that, which is this side. Sorry, the tape keeps falling there. So that's my next one done. So I'll move those larger dies out of the way for a minute. And I'll glue this straight on. So that looks really nice with the white edge coordinating. So I'll use a bit of high tack glue for that one. No tape. So just a bit of glue around the outside. I'm not going too close to the edge because, as you know, it'll squirt out everywhere. So just lining that up. Put it that way, I think. No, go that way with the flowers at the top there. Okay, there we go. So I'll just give that a press down, like so, and then I'll pop that to the side. So we're going to use this size next. So again, you need a little bit of white cardstock. Will that fit on there? Yep, perfect. So long scissors, that's the ones I use to cut my tape with, my 3D foam pad, so it's a bit sticky. And then I'm going to use a different sheet of paper to go on top of this one, so I can run them through at the same time. And I think I'm going to go for something that coordinates, but it's not quite as bright. I think we'll go with the script. I think we'll go with this one with a bit of the script. So I'm going to put that there, I think. Yeah, so I'm just going to cut that bit section out there. Like so. And because these are small pieces, I'll just tape them in place. Just so that doesn't move on that white card. And I'll just pop a tiny bit on this, just in case it does move, like so. There we go, so just pop them under there. So I'm just run those through. So what I've done in advance is I've coloured some of the leaves and the flowers ready, and for these I've used my Gossip markers. For the flowers I have used Marigold, which is YR24, and Terracotta, which is YR21. And for the leaves I've used the same colours, but I've also added Mint Green, G56. I'll put these colours in the description box as well for you. I thought these ones would go pretty well with the collection. So that's lovely. And then I'm going to do another one in the small layer again. But what I want to do this time is use something that hasn't got quite as much pattern on. So what I'll do is I'll use a plainer bit. That'll do. Yeah, I'll use a plainer bit of that because I want to stamp a sentiment onto that bit. So I'm going to use that bit there. And then a bit of white card. For this last bit here. And I'll just use my smaller plates for this one. So they go through really quick. Hopefully that hasn't moved because I didn't put any tape on it. Okay, so just move those out the way and I'll just stick this one on here. Like so. Where am I going that way? You could always ink the edges of the paper if you wanted to as well. If you wanted to give it that a touch more colour, but I wanted to go a little bit plainer as I've got quite a bit going on the background sheet. So I'll glue this one on as well. Like so. Put the Gemini plates out the way. for a minute. There we go. So I'll bring my card back in, make sure it's the right way, and decide where I want to put my layers. So my layers are going like that, I think. Go like that actually. So I'm going to put some 3D foam tape on. Really need to get some sticky remover on my scissors, they're too sticky. So always put a bit in the middle as well so it doesn't sink. Take the backing off. If you want to add a little bit of glue just to give yourself a bit of time deciding where you want it. But I'm going to pop that there like that. And now I'm going to stamp a sentiment onto this piece here. So I'm going to get my Eureka. I'm sorry if it glares for a minute. It shouldn't do. Oh, it's a little bit, but not too bad. So I'm just going to pop that there. And I'm just going to use You're the Best. Oh no, have a lovely day. No, yeah, You're the Best. So I'm going to place that there. Pop that down. And then I'm just going to use my VersaFine, yeah, VersaFine ink because it's a bit more darker than the Memento. So I'm just going to pop that there like that, one stamp, that's good. I'll move my Eureka out the way and bring my card back in. I think that's nice there. So I'm going to put some 3D pads on the underneath of that as well. So I need to make sure I put it in the right place. So I'm going to put 2 on that side. So I'm going to layer up that one. So it's going to, my card's going to have lots of dimension with that, and I'm going to put 1 on the other side. And that's because I've already lifted this with 1. So when that sits on there, it'll be the right height, both sides. Go there, and go there. So like I said, what I've already done is I've coloured some flowers, and then I'm just going to give them some shape and some leaves. You could trim into your leaves if you wanted to give them more shape. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a cough. Let me just have a swig. There we go. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the bottom of this leaf here. And a little bit of 3D tape in the centre. And I'm going to put 2 layers on. Just, I want to give it lots of dimension. So I like lots of leaves and lots of dimension on my cards. So I'm going to pop that one there. Beautiful, like so. And then I'm just going to give it a bit of... So what I've stamped these onto and coloured is Nia cardstock, which I buy from Amazon because it comes in a big green, and that lasts quite a while then, and I find that's the best for colouring with my alcohol markers. Or a super smooth card if I can't get any of the Nia. So I'm only going to put 1 under that one and put a little bit of glue on the tail there. 2 leaf. And then I'm going to have my flower over there. So again, Sweetie Foam. I'm just going to put a bit in the centre there. Again, I'm going to go for 2 layers for plenty of dimension. Like so. And then I'm going to put that there. So this is why I didn't want anything too fussy on this piece, because I am covering most of it. So with the paint collection, you get the lovely hummingbird stamps and dies. So I've also done one of those just to show you can colour them in this colourway as well to match. And I'm not sure if I want to put him. I might put him there. Or if I've put him there. Decisions. I might put him there actually. Yeah, so I'll just add a little bit of glue to the side of him there. And I think I'll have to pop a little bit, yeah, just pop a little bit of 3D tape on his belly and eye there. Again, this will have to be 2 layers because this layer here has 2 layers. So, there we go. So I'm going to pop that over there, like so. So if you wanted to add some gems, then you could add some gems. I've got some lovely red ones. Oh, let me just find some. I don't think they're gonna, no, they're not gonna go. Might add some of the cream, and these ones have got a hint of gold on. Can you see that? They've got like a little bit of sparkle on them, so I'll just put some of these in, and I'm just going to add them so they're just half sticking out, so they're not too prominent, but just to add something else to your card. So I'll just push it under the layer there. There we go. So a really nice, quick and easy card using the new collection. I hope you like it, and I'll see you soon with a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.